So this video is to my best friend in the Navy who wants to build wealth through real estate. Him and his girlfriend moved in. They're looking into different ways that they can build up their assets and eventually net worth to benefit them and their future family. So yeah, let's get into it. Mr. Squirrel Billy, you are on. Not really. I guess you're not on, but all right, I'm gonna share my screen. Alrighty. So the main point of this is we're going to talk about using a VA loan because why wouldn't you? And we're going to talk about how to house hack with it. Feel free to pause and read some of this stuff because I probably won't read all of it. Alrighty, so why? Why should we invest in real estate? Well, building long-term wealth. Real estate investing increases equity over time. Yeah, here you go. Builds your equity over time. It helps generate passive income. That's probably one of the biggest reasons. And for people who actually have real money, the main reason they invest in real estate is for the tax advantages. So all three great reasons, all of it having to do with money. If you plan on making money or being a wealthy person, you're going to need to get into real estate. So with real estate, why are we focusing on the VA loan? Well, one, you can only use it if you've been in the military. And through my life experience, things that are exclusive are normally way better than things that are non-exclusive. So that's one reason, right? But the main reason is zero down. VA loan allows you to acquire a home with $0 down. The point of it is so that military members, regardless of where we get stationed at, we're able to find lodging, at a decent price, and we're able to move our family into the house since the military told us we have to live in whatever that area is. Thinking a little farther than that, even though you're not supposed to. Not that you're not supposed to, but they didn't create it for investment purposes, but you can 100% use this for an investment purpose, for multiple investment purposes, to build up your life after the military. Alrighty, so there are a couple rules, right, with this occupancy. AI is wonderful. If you notice this picture, this guy is holding up one box with his neck. So that's impressive, but that is possible, right? Now, the woman has a box floating in front of her on nothing. That one's difficult to do, I will say, unless she taped it to her kneecaps. Anyways, occupancy requirements. They must occupy the property, the residence, within 60 days of closing. So you close on it, you need to move into it. So, yeah, let's hit on that. Yes, we are planning on using these things to build up our investment portfolio, but you have to move into this place. You cannot buy it as an investment property. You have to buy it as a home that you're going to live in. Now, what you do after that is up to you. So, first off, you must maintain occupancy for a minimum of 12 months, right? This has to be your primary residence for 12 months. You can rent out portions of it while living there. So we're going to get into that. That's the whole house hacking thing. A property must be residual minimum 30-year economic life. Must be residential within a minimum of 30-year economic life. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really know what they're talking about there. Can we cut that out? But yeah, the most important part is after the 12-month occupancy period, you can move out and rent the entire property. So we will talk about how to do that and how to, eventually have that work for you so that you can build up maybe this one property into multiple properties. All right, buying multi-unit properties with the VA loan. So, of course, you can buy, what is AI is going crazy. But yes, so you can buy multi-unit properties. So if you aren't aware, you can buy a single family home, which as the name suggests, it's a single family home. Or you can buy a multi-unit property, which as that name suggests, it's more than a single family home. Maybe you've heard of a duplex. That's two single family homes jammed into one building, or a triplex or a quadplex. As it sounds, that's 3 or 4 single family homes jammed into one building. They normally have their own separate AC units, separate electric panels, separate everything, but the building is all connected. So VA loans do allow you to buy these things. So if you have a small family or your family is cool with you having the vision to build up, for you guys' future, highly recommend getting a multi-family property as your first home. Because one, it's easier to start with a multifamily and then move up to a single family, easier than it is to go from a single family, you're getting used to having this entire house by yourself, then going backwards to living with another family or potentially three other families. Same thing, they still have the same living requirement. You have to occupy, even if you get a 4 unit, you have to occupy 1 unit for 12 months, but you can take in rental income from these other units. And these will help you pay off your mortgage. Maybe you can even put additional payments to it. I've put additional payments towards my first mortgage so that my house is paid off by the time I retire, just because I wanted to have a paid off house by the time I retire, so that the rental income I get from it is just a bonus on top of my, you know, retirement check. Alrighty, house hacking explained. What is house hacking? House hacking is a strategy where you purchase a property, live in one portion, and rent out the others. So obviously, with the duplex, triplex, quadplex, it's very obvious you live in one and you rent out the other one, the other two, or the other three. Now, you can also do house hacking with a single family home. I've done this myself. Depends on your living situation, depends on what you're comfortable with, but I'm comfortable with money. So I bought a single family house, it's the one I'm in now, and I realized, man, I don't use half of this house. I'm going to rent out a room in my house. I already had a guest room set up. I took pictures of it, threw it up on Furnish Finder. Here you go, baby. Threw it up on Furnish Finder, which is a website where you can rent out rooms or entire houses that have furniture already in them. And this guy rented it. He rented it from me for about a year and a half. And he was paying me, so just for numbers wise, he was paying me $850 a month to live on one side of my house, right? He had his own bathroom over there. We had a shared kitchen. And he had that half of the house to himself. And he paid me $850 a month. My mortgage on that home was about $1,050. So because I had one person living there, I went from paying $1,050 a month to paying $200 a month to live in my same house to keep doing the same thing that I'm doing. It's an amazing deal. It helped me accomplish a lot of things, helped with my Turo business, helped me get my first Airbnb, lots of stuff, lots of reasons to do it. You can read this for other stuff. Yeah. Alrighty, single family VA house hacking. Purchase a single family home, occupy primary residence, live in the main house or the section, satisfy, rent out spare bedrooms. This is exactly what I was just talking about. You can read their wording for it. I've lived it. If you have questions about it, reach out to me. I am here. All right, VA house hacking scenario. So here is scenario with numbers, because we all love numbers. So if you were to purchase a 4 unit for $400,000, right, using a VA loan, zero down, right? So you just get to buy the house, start your loan, but now your mortgage is $2,400 a month. Maybe your BAH covers it, maybe it doesn't. It's two of y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all cover that, but let's just say we're only going to use, ones, persons, whatever. You rent out your three other units, for $1,200 each, and now you're making $3,600 in rental income. You subtract that away from your monthly mortgage, and now instead of paying $2,400, like being minus $2,400 a month, you're plus $1,200 a month, and you get to keep your BH. Like, that's the part they don't write in. That's the part you don't think about. It's not just what you're making and minus the mortgage, is that stuff, and you get to keep your housing entitlement because you're still going to have that every single month. That's what they call living for free. So key benefits to house hacking. With a VA loan, zero down, lower risk because it's a house that you're in, right? That I think that kind of speaks for itself, as opposed to having a house that one person's occupying, and if they leave, you're just out of luck until the next person comes in. Property appreciation. The beautiful thing about real estate is that properties appreciate. That money you put into it doesn't just disappear like it does with a rental. It's going to stay inside that house, and hopefully over time, it's going to grow to an even larger amount. And your portfolio growth. Portfolios are important because the more houses you have under your belt, the more doors you have, especially if you're getting these multi units. When you go to apply for more loans or try to get bigger and better properties, they're going to ask you, hey, have you done this before? How many units do you have? How many houses have you bought before? And they're going to use that experience to determine on if they're going to give you certain loans, if they're going to let you buy different investment properties. I've been experiencing this recently, but now when I go and tell people, hey, I want to do this, I want to do this, they're like, oh, have you bought a house before? And I'm like, yeah, I own 5 houses right now. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, sure. And they'll just start fast tracking you through stuff because they're like, all right, this person's done it before. They've done it a couple times. They know what comes with this. They know the risk, so I don't have to go through all these bells and whistles before I approve them. Ugh, so much talking today. Alrighty, responsibilities as a landlord. So I know that, your lady already has a home right now. And if you guys end up moving, you will start your landlording. I'm aware that this scares away a lot of people. A lot of people are like, I don't know if I want to do this because I don't want to be a landlord. I don't want to have to fix toilets. I don't want to have to do so and so. I'm in the military. I'm gonna move to the other side of the country, maybe to the other side of the planet. What am I gonna do if I'm not close enough to my precious house? Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. You learn how to handle it. There are hundreds of thousands of people that are landlords in this country, and they all figured out how to be landlords without having to be next to their house or do any of the maintenance themselves. You have that ability to, honestly, you can learn in a day everything that you need, right? The thing that would just take time is who's a reliable handyman, who's a reliable property manager. You might have to go through a couple, but after you get them, you're locked in, especially if you get multiple houses because they're going to love you because you're giving them multiple work. It's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling to be able to pay somebody to do something that you don't feel like doing, but it's a specialty that they have and maybe a passion that they have. So you're paying them to do what they want to do. And then in return, you don't have to do the stuff that you don't want to do. And you're making equity and you're making rent payments off of this house that they're fixing. It's a beautiful ecosystem. You'll get used to it. Read this stuff. It'll tell you what's required of a landlord. I'm down to talk about my experiences I've had with it. All right, pro tips and potential pitfalls. Know your numbers. Budget 5-10% of property value annually for maintenance. Put money away for maintenance. Don't just assume everything's going to be great, especially if you're making more money than whatever the mortgage is. Pick a number and put that money away and label that account. This is savings for when stuff goes wrong with the house. It's not a if stuff goes wrong. I promise you, it's a when stuff goes wrong with the house. There's always going to be something wrong. The AC is going to go out. Water's going to leak. Toilet's going to flood. Something needs to be replaced. It's going to happen. Put money away for it now. Set a number. And it's like, yeah. What I did was I was like, okay, here's how much this will cost. Here's how much this will cost. In the worst case scenario, if I didn't want to use a credit card, I'd probably need $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to fix, these different things. My deductible is $2,000 if the house floods or something. So it's like, all right, let me save up $3,000 into this account. Now I got a cushion for my maintenance. Anything I make above that, I can go invest somewhere else. So I might start spending frivolously on stuff. But you set up your defenses first. Then you start enjoying the money. Don't enjoy your money and then complain when the stuff breaks because you don't have any money stored up. Don't be those people. Legal awareness. Research local landlord laws. Know zoning. Know the rules for evicting people, so on and so forth. If you get a good property manager, they will help you learn these things, and they'll most likely handle them for you whenever they do come up. Tenant screening. You heard my voice get louder. Tenant screening. All the issues people normally complain about with landlording is because they don't do proper tenant screening. Check their credit. Check their background. There's a billion websites that allow you to do this. I promise if you Google them, you will find 20. Pick one of them and run that person's information up, down, and through it. You need to know their income. I don't feel bad about asking these things. Where do you work? What's your boss's phone number? Where's this place at? Does it exist? Do you work from home? Is it a real company? Show me some pay stubs over the last 3 months. I want to know that you've actually been working this place and that they give you X amount of dollars every month. Because if somebody's like, oh, here you go, here's $2,000 up front, let me move in. Don't be so happy to get that first payment, because it's very possible that that was all the money they had, and now they're in, they have moved all their stuff in. Sometimes evicting takes multiple months, maybe a year to get them out, and you just screwed yourself because you didn't do proper tenant screening or vetting. Again, if you get a good property manager, they normally have tenant screening process set up, and they will collect all the information and run the applications by you, and you can just kind of sit with each other and be like, ooh, I like this guy. They work here. They've been here for this many years. They seem very stable. We contacted their last landlord. They had zero issues with them paying them. Normally, I feel like if they paid the last two guys, I don't know why they would just decide to not pay me. Normally, if somebody's not going to pay you, they've had a history of not paying. And if you don't go look up that history, that's on you. So yes, tenant screening, do that. Alrighty, that's about it, right? So here's some action steps. Verify eligibility as far as the VA loan stuff goes. Honestly, you don't really need this step, because when you do this pre-approval step, they're gonna look up your VA eligibility anyway. So whoever you decide to go through for the whole loan process, they will let you know how much VA eligibility you have as well. Market research, jump on Zillow, jump on Redfin, jump on Realtor.com. So many places to look for properties on your own. But of course, you can also go and hire your local, what do you call them, real estate agent. They will definitely help you out if you need help finding one. Again, reach out to me. That's probably my caveat for all of these slides. Anything I'm telling you, you can reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I love you. Why wouldn't I help? Run the numbers, right? Let's do some estimations, right? This is probably going to cost this much a month. I think we can probably make this much a month if we do this and this to it. That's going to cost this much. So it would take about 10 months for the rent we bring in to pay off the alterations we did to this room or to this unit. And yep, even if nobody lived there for 6 months, we would still feel comfortable paying for this place, because those numbers just work for us, and we're prepared for the worst. Pretty much run the numbers means, if this thing worked out in the worst way possible, would you still survive? Would you still work out in this scenario? That's kind of how I run my stuff, where it's like, obviously I wanted to be rented out all the time, but if it wasn't rented out for 6 months straight, could I pay for that and still live and take care of my family? If yeah, sure, let's do it. If not, maybe I need to look for a different property that allows me to do that, better. And make your move. All this stuff is utterly pointless if you don't go out and actually do anything. You can have all the knowledge in the world. If you never take action on anything, it's like you have nothing. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of genius, well-read homeless people, and it's because they studied, learned a bunch of stuff, but they never put anything into action, so it never worked for them. Doing the work works. All right, I appreciate you guys for watching this. I think that's about it. Me and Micah appreciate you. No, yeah, go do the thing. Go search up the properties, figure out what works, run the numbers on them, find a good agent to work with, do the inspections, try to get all the benefits you can, haggle. Everything's haggleable. If something's been on the market for 30, 60, 180 days, like, hey, I see it's been on there for a while. I do like the place. I don't like it at that number. Would you take this number? Something that works out better for you in your investment plan, long term. Do you want a 30-year mortgage, or do you want a 15-year? Who knows? 15 years normally can get you a lower interest rate, but the price that you have to pay every month will obviously be higher. But if it still works for you, shoot, work it out. Do it for 15 and have it paid off sooner. Yep. Hopefully some of this was helpful to you, my friend. I wish you the best. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Aw, you threw it. Yeah. Okay, we're done anyway. It's okay. We're good. We're done. Say bye bye, Micah. Bye bye. All right, deuce.